Welcome to the Arsenal Show. We are live, and it's a 4-0 loss to Liverpool. Sounds like I'm in outer space. Where sound
what was it? What was that? Oh, do you know what it is, people? You just got to stay there. This is live TV, so you got to wait.
What's going on?
That's your voice, isn't it?
Are you watching it on YouTube? All right, people. So get us in the comments section. Let us know what you're thinking about today's game.
Okay, there. Sorry about that, people.
Hello. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
All right. So, joined by my co-host Steve K. How you doing, Steve?
Yeah, how you doing, mate? You all right? Yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad. All right. So, give us a little rundown of what you thought of today's game.
I thought we started well. We looked compact. We looked as good as them. They got the goal, and they proved that we're a team in transition. Sorry, and they're a team that's just won not too long ago with that team the Champions League and also the league title. We said in a preview that a lot of people were saying it was a test, which we just totally rubbished because people who compared that game with Arsenal with Liverpool. Jamie Carragher got it right at the end when he said, "This is a young team building. They're exciting. This isn't the game to judge him by. This isn't a game. Although there were a couple of things I was disappointed with, this wasn't a game to judge Arsenal by. We're not competing in their league, in their group of Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea. We're not in that department. We're deep in the department of the Manchester Uniteds, the Spurs, the Leicesters, in that department. So, it wasn't a game that I'm going to come out and say, well, next week so-and-so should be playing and he should be shown because he played well. He didn't do too good. Still stick with the same team next week. And, Liverpool just proved in the end that they were just too good for us. And they've got world-class players all through the pitch. So, we started well, and then they just turned up into a few gears, and we couldn't live with them in the end.
Yeah, so we're going to go into the player ratings. It's the best way to break down after a game. Nah. You're not in. Of course he's in. Nah. Arteta's at the wheel. Unsuitable football. Nah. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means. Big up yourself, mate. Big up yourself. Big up, Kiers.
Big up, you're not.
Thank you very much, you're not. All right. There's the best ways to get into the player ratings. Aaron Ramsdale, couple of absolutely unbelievable saves today.
I mean, it's strange that you get beat 4-0 and you're talking at an 8 because that's what he was.
I know. Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, because that's what I'm giving him. I'm giving Amy Ramsdale an 8 today. I'll give it a couple of years to be up there with the best goalkeepers in Europe, if not the world. And I don't care what anybody says, and I'll stand by it. And without giving myself a big head, I'm not normally wrong when I try to make myself look silly sometimes, or I come in out and saying these ridiculous statements, people that you may think, but he was fantastic today. He made 3 world-class saves. And for me, they still tried to find fault in one of them, didn't they? It was the goalkeeper's fault.
Was that what was that? Oh, the one with the header?
Yeah, that's it.
Come on.
It's ridiculous.
Come on, how are we talking about point-blank headers? Oh, yeah, it was down the middle of the goal. An afterthought. Like, you can't be doing that. You can't be going, well, it was down the middle of the goal, so the goalkeeper's got to save it. That's not how it works. That's not how it works, people. It's not how it works. It's not how it works. It was about, it weren't even far away from the goal. He's headed it, good power in the header, and I think it was away from the way the keeper was going. And that's what you taught to do. You head it back where it came from. Like, great ball in by Alexander Arnold. It shows why England have such a dilemma of who to pick, a good dilemma of who to pick at right back, because he's got Beckham-esque crosses in. And it's a good header. So yeah, I don't want to hear anything about any of the goals Ramsdale letting in. He's top.
You can't.
Top
I don't think you can. You know, if you take away, even if it wasn't as fault as his goal, for us to talk about that goal as his fault, I think it's out of order. Basically,
I think it is.
For a Sky Sports presenter to say, "Oh, that bit there where he," it's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace.
But Steve,
Graham Souness shouldn't even be working in football, and the man's an absolutely clueless donut. I can't stand the bloke. I'm sorry.
What it is, these pundits are football players, are outfield players. There's not too many pundits that are goalkeepers. So when these outfield players try to make statements about goalkeepers, it's nonsense. You can say it from an outfield player's point of view because you've seen players in goal, or you think that a goalkeeper that you used to play with may have saved that. But no. If Peter Schmeichel comes around and says, "Oh, this could have done this, could have done that," then yeah, maybe listen to it. But I'm not listening to Graham Souness tell me about a goalkeeper maybe should have done better because it went down the middle of the goal. Absolute garbage.
Graham Souness can't tell me anything about anything. I respect him as a footballer. I do respect him as a footballer, but I do not respect him as a pundit, because it's just continuous rubbish and things I don't agree with comes out of his mouth. And there you go. Look, we've got our own Nathan there who comes out with total sense all the time. So there it is on the other side of your coin. You've got Nathan who goes on and he talks and he tells you about a player, he tells you this, he tells you that. And then you've got Graham Souness who goes on and makes himself look like an idiot. So, probably a bit soon after the game, this.
What have you given Ramsdale?
I give him an 8. I'm giving him an 8.
It's an 8. Tommy Ashu.
Yeah, as the game started going on, and I thought he was playing well. Marnie wasn't getting looking. Marnie started throwing himself all over the place, and because he wasn't getting no joy, decided to clump every single Arsenal player he could. Personally, I think he should have got sent off. I don't even think he should have been on the pitch to score the goal. But he did. And I thought Tommy Esho did well. There was a few little mishaps he done as times went on. But I thought he had another decent game. And yeah, I've got to give him 6.
All right, Tommy Esho gets a 6. Tavares. Not his best game today.
No, not his best. Not his best game. He done a few good things coming forward, and in the first half he defended well at times. Mm-hmm. But there was times when he got caught, and as usual, people make sure that people notice them times. That. But yeah, not his best of games. But I like him. And for me, he stays in the team next week against Newcastle. Because one bad game against Liverpool when you're playing against Mo Salah, you shouldn't judge a player by that and drop him because of it or bring another player in. Not in my book anyway. But he wasn't as good as Tommy Ashley. Give him 5.
Yeah, I think once the couple of goals went in, I think he got on top of him a bit, because when he was trying to just do simple passes, his passes were going wayward. I think every time he looked up, because Mo Salah was trying to get that goal, it was just like, are you going to give this guy a break? Just leave him alone. Like, give it to someone else. But it's just Mo Salah. It's just him. Gabriel.
But there was times when I see Salah's little head coming out of his pocket because he was like, "Hello, little Mr. World Class, Mr. Mo Salah." Hello. Because Gabriel had him in his pocket at times. I was watching it every time he was coming up against him. Every time he was running at Gabriel, I was going to I was looking who's going to win this battle, because I'm always looking at Gabriel now, because I've made that statement over the last couple of weeks that he seems to never get beat in the air, never get in a tackle. I'm making a point now. He's up against Mo Salah. What's he going to do? And more times than not, he was getting the better of him. I think the guy's class. Can't really blame him for any of the goals. But I give him a 6.
All right. What I like about Gabriel is he loves to get involved, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Whether there's a scuffle because his teammates have been fouled, whether it's a tackle, whether it's someone who thinks they can bully another defender, he wants to be a part of it. He's like the big brother who comes along and who's messing with my mates, I love that about him, and it's bringing that sort of unity.
Yeah.
Him and White have got a partnership, and it's like the back five together. They're a unit. Yeah. Ben White.
Yeah. He looks a bit, thingy at sometimes. He got caught on the ball a couple of times, but at the same time, he had a big game. He made some good tackles. He made some lovely long balls again, which is getting a little bit of a trait now with Ben White, where he's playing those long balls out of defence, pinpoint, which is going to be handy, for going on. There was a couple of times he got caught out of position, but not an absolutely terrible game. It's funny because, again, like, what I'm pleased of is that we got beat fair and square, but I don't think it was a 4-0 this game. I really don't. I don't think it was a 4-0. And it was
like a smash and grab for me.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Liverpool in the end were the better team.
Yeah.
But all them goals, it felt like it just came all very quickly. In a short space of time. They picked up a bit of momentum, they picked up a bit of confidence, and then bang, 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 bang. They were just relentless. It was just on and on and on and on and on.
It was like moments, weren't it? It was like specific moments for him. But yeah, it's funny. I just can't really say they had a bad performance today. Well, there is some. They'll get to that. A 5. Ben, but not a bad 5. 5 for me is an average game, a solid game. So
I mean,
that's what
you concede 4 goals. You're not expecting. No one's expecting high numbers. Ramsdale got a higher number because he made some absolutely unbelievable saves. So yeah. I mean, Sammy Lokonga.
Yeah, I thought he did all right. He was quiet, weren't he? He sort of was a little bit unnoticed when we was playing really well. He went a little bit unnoticed. He was just one of these players who just sits there, don't he? And you don't really notice him, and he doesn't really, do much. I can remember a shot that he had, which was a bit pad a puff. He's more than a decent, deputy for. If he is going to be a deputy for Granit Xhaka, he's more than that. Today he was just average for me. He didn't win the midfield battle for me, but 5.
Lokonga gets a 5. Thomas Partey back in the team.
Yeah, I didn't think he was great today. I thought he could have done, maybe a little bit more. He looks a little bit. How can I put it? Of the size and of the power of Thomas Partey that we have come accustomed to that he's got. I didn't see that today. There was no. I wouldn't have it didn't feel like the midfielders frightened of Thomas Partey. I want them to be scared of Thomas Partey when teams line up against him. I don't think he used. We said once that Thomas Partey you know, he doesn't need looking after himself. But I feel he doesn't get stuck in or use his power enough. And I don't think he did that today. And I think he needs to do that more. And I think a couple of balls he had that was off. Again, the same, you know, I don't want to go back to that trait again, you know, where he's, you know, because it's the last few games, he was looking like he was sorting it out a bit. You know, I thought that was due to sort of, you know, getting comfortable in the midfield and then with the team with it playing well. But it's Liverpool today. But again, Thomas Partey for 5. Don't know what you think.
Yeah, a few wayward passes. I mean, how long has he missed? What, 3 games, and then come back against Liverpool. I don't know. I'm not really going to judge too much on this game. Yeah, the midfield battle wasn't won today. Fabinho, Oxlade-Chamberlain, and Alcantara, they won that battle. I saw Oxlade-Chamberlain is. You remember why Arsenal really rated him as a player, because he's so powerful and so direct. And Fabinho is just, I mean, when you got him in sitting in there, I mean, you got that freedom to kind of do what you want. So we didn't win that midfield battle today at all.
No.
Emil Smith Rowe.
Yeah. Well, me and Mark said we thought he might be the key man today. He certainly wasn't that today. He was very quiet for me today.
Yeah.
Maybe because he wasn't getting the ball enough, which could have been down to Lokonga and Partey losing the midfield battle. You know, if they're going to win the midfield battle more, they're going to give the ball to Emil Smith Rowe or Saka, and you know, and then we're going to be able to say more about, you know, the 2 players. But I just felt he was quiet. He was looking for the ball a lot, but it wasn't coming. And when it did come, there were other reasons, which I'll get to, that we didn't see the Smith Rowe we've come used to over the last few weeks. So, yeah, he didn't do nothing wrong. He tried, but again, I can only give him a 5.
Yeah. The attack or the lack of attack, which is starting to worry.
Yes.
Bukayo Saka, but we'll go through the comments in a bit. Bukayo Saka. Don't worry, people. We will go through your comments. I am reading them. I will put them up again, and we'll answer some of them questions, because there's quite a bit to tuck into, especially the forwards. Saka.
Yeah, I thought he caused more problems over there, over his right hand side with Tominakos, and he was dangerous when he get the ball. I felt that's where, if anything was going to come from, it was going to come from Saka. But again, you know, he tried. You know, I felt when he got the ball that things could happen, but you know, nothing was working. The clocks, you know, the clocks inside the clock weren't working together as one today. So when it's not working as one, you know, it's very difficult for, you know, to go and win football matches. But I thought he done a decent job, and I thought he was that. I think he done better than Smith Rowe today. So I'll give Saka a 6.
Saka gets the 6. I just didn't feel like there was any, like you said, cogs is probably the right word, but I didn't feel it wasn't ticking like it does normally. Like Saka's a Smith Rowe to Lacazette, there wasn't enough combination plays in when we were going forward. And in the second half, I don't think there was any. Second half, can't even remember. Did Alisson have 1 save to make? And that was a Thomas Partey shot from outside the area. We just didn't really work Liverpool in that second half. That's what is frustrating a little bit. Yeah. But I can't get too on these kids, because they're kids. Alexandre Lacazette.
God. He works hard, but he's got to go. I hope we don't give him a year contract. I'm sorry.
I spoke about this the other day, and it wasn't about Lacazette. This is about professional footballers. You said it there. Lacazette works hard. Should we not be expecting footballers to be working hard, bare minimum? Like we should be looking. We shouldn't be saying, "Oh well, Lacazette. Do you know what? I might give him a year extension because he puts in a shift." Like, come on, man. Like anybody should be putting a shift who's getting 180 grand a week. We shouldn't be talking about putting in a shift. These players have to start making a difference, not just putting in a shift. And we should be looking at Smith Rowe and Saka to be like, they weren't quite on it today, so we didn't really tick. Like, that shouldn't be the answer. But that seems to be what we always have to go back to because they're probably our best players. And they shouldn't be. It shouldn't be the case. I'm not saying they should be playing. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying that we should have other players in there who should be making them work harder or giving the manager another option. Yeah. Right now, we're looking at Lacazette and Aubameyang and beating a dead horse with a stick. It's like it's the same thing every week recently. And I try not to take too much or be too harsh on these people, guys, but they're getting to a certain age where it's like they've not got many years left playing at the top level. Are they both? Well, probably more so Aubameyang, which is the worrying thing. Is Aubameyang not? It's not a case of he's got that contract and he's down tools. It's just a case of Aubameyang's got to that point. And he's just getting older. He's just becoming an older player. Like it happens, and it does happen overnight. I think Mikel Arteta said it himself. One day he woke up, he had no pace, and he weren't the faster players as it is. But it does. It happens overnight. Yeah, these things happen overnight. Alexandre Lacazette.
Well, you said it all, and I totally agree with everything you said. And there's not much I can really add to it. So I'll give him a 3 today because I just don't. We need to buy in January. We have to. Yeah. We have to buy in January because, like what we said again, in the preview, is that when our midfield are not on it, when our midfield ain't ticking, when our midfield ain't scoring, what are these guys going to do, right? Yeah. And today just shows you exactly what they're going to do. Absolutely nothing. So that tells you January we have to go and get at least one quality top class striker who's played in Europe.
What type of striker do you want to take over from Lacazette? It's important. It's important going forward because the two strikers that Arsenal bring in for Aubameyang and Lacazette's replacements are gonna set the way our style Arsenal play going forward for the coming years.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking January, or you're talking like overall as a balance.
If Arsenal turn around and say, we've got an offer for Lacazette in January, so we're going to sell him in and bring in a replacement. Who would you? What style? Not necessarily what player. What style of player would you like to bring in?
I'd like to bring in someone quick, nippy, younger, someone who can get into the channels, someone who can get behind defences, someone who's like, Aguero, or not because you can't buy Aguero. God bless him, and I wish him all the best. Yeah, we've had some news about him, but someone like that, someone who's strong, someone who's tough, someone who's nippy, someone who can hold off the ball, someone who can push players off the ball, but also is quick and fast and can get into the channels.
Maybe have a look at Victor Osimhen. We'll bring him up in Tuesday's show.
Yeah, I will. I'll have a look.
Have a look at Victor Osimhen.
Someone powerful.
Might give you a couple of players that are that fit that sort of thing, and you can see who you think on Tuesday.
For January, that's what I want. Someone like that. If you're talking about going into summer, then I'd probably like obviously someone a little bit different. to play with him. But yeah, for January, someone like that.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I didn't even see him play today. Like, I saw him in like a couple of moments where he ran about. Second half, he wasn't there. He wasn't there at all.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't there. He was like, he just goes missing, doesn't he? He just late he goes missing. And we've often said in other previews or other post-match reactions that either that we keep saying it, we need either like Aubameyang, he's played well today, we need him to carry on. But to me, it looks like he's, he played well against Tottenham and that was it. And that was it. And I can't think of other game that he's played well really all season. And
I've seen him work hard. I've seen him lead the line well, but he's not backing it up with scoring goals as well. That's the problem.
And he's lost pace, isn't he? I mean, he's lost a lot of pace. Noticeable pace.
Not just pace, it's what's the word? Not endurance, but he's lost pace over a longer distance as well. It seems to run at, there's no real acceleration anymore. There's no punch with that acceleration.
No.
And the pace it runs out, it burns out within about 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah. He used to get the ball, didn't he? He used to get the ball and it was like, good night, good night. He was gone.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen now. It's not. He just gets caught. He gets caught all the time. It's like, he's running backwards at times sometimes when you get a defender chasing him. It's like, and all I want to see is the Aubameyang that we've had 2 seasons ago. But as like what you said a couple of minutes ago, I'm really beginning to worry about him now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am definitely. Before it weren't too much of a worry. He gets some goals, he gets goals. But like, if you look at the game against Watford, he had 3 opportunities to score. He took one off. He took one off of Odegaard. The first one was offside because it bounced off his shin, and the second one he missed a penalty. This is a guy who's desperate to score. Like, he wants to score, but he still can't. And that's what worries me. He's dying to score a goal. He'll even try and nick one of his teammates. It just won't go in. That's how desperate he is to score. He knows he's trying to get his confidence back up by getting a goal. It's just not happening. That's a worry, because now he's obviously thinking about last season. I was thinking he was over it because he started the season pretty well. Yeah. When he started to play, he scored a few goals. It was like, okay, maybe he's back. But then I don't think he believed it. I don't think he believed in himself, and he thought, because when you're trying to nick people's goals and you're missing pens and it's bouncing off your shin, he's not in a great place at the moment. I'm a little bit worried about him, and which means if we another season where we're not getting 20 goals at least from our main centre forward, we're not going to be getting that top 4, and we might even struggle for Europe if that's the case. Yeah,
and that's why I think you didn't see a good Emil Smith-Rowe today, because those two weren't doing what they're supposed to up front, and they wasn't doing they didn't really defend as much as what they normally do, and you got to do that against Liverpool, and we just got eaten up today. To be fair, by a team that's different class.
Yeah, I did. Look, I'll add my words at the end. Well, what did you give Bamian?
4.
Yeah, I'll put that in there anyway. Mikel Arteta.
Did he pick the right team? I suppose yes. I suppose he could have started with Odegaard next to Partey, but when you're going to Liverpool, we was all probably happy with the Congo. I think he got the team right. I don't think there was anybody else he could have played that he never. And the formation was wrong. He could have played 3 at the back. But I just think overall Liverpool were just too good. And if Mikel Arteta had those players, he'd probably be on the end of the 4-0 victory tonight. you know. But we're young, we're learning. He knows that. And so is Mikel Arteta. He's young, he's learning. And that's what Arsenal fans have got to understand, that Mikel Arteta is a young manager, managing a young team, and we're all learning. And I'm quite happy where we are at the moment. But as far as a mark goes today, yeah, I'll give Mikel a 6.
Right, Mikel Arteta gets a 6. Subs, Ainsley Maitland-Niles.
Well, they weren't really on. Was he long enough? I give him 5.
Yeah, and when he was, his passing was not great at all. He was frustrating me today when I see him pass that ball. El Nene, about the same.
Yeah.
And Martin Odegaard.
Yeah, he's give him the same. 5.
Same. All right, we're going to go through some of the comments and questions. All right, let's see. We've got Glenn 10 in there. We have got Ash Moram. I've not seen you before, so hopefully you're hitting that like and subscribe. I know we've got a load of new subscribers. We're about, I didn't even check before I come on the show, but we're not far off of hitting that 1,000 mark, that 1K mark. All right, let's go for something. Okay, what's Glenn saying? You can't blame this defence when the only forward who is capable of retaining the ball is pulled off. Arteta's style is suffering because he doesn't have an attack who can consistently retain the ball. 100%. 100%. Aubameyang cannot hold the ball. The only person that can hold the ball up top is probably Lacazette. And he wasn't great today. But Aubameyang's holding of the ball is not good. It's a worry for me, Aubameyang. And in the summer, I'd be looking to sell. I'd be looking to get him out to some Abu Dhabi clubs or something like that. Someone who could afford his wages, because he's not going to go anywhere in Europe. No one in Europe that can afford him. And that's going to take a risk on a 33-year-old by then that's going to want at least 200k a week.
It's like we've got a young goalkeeper who's going to probably be, it could be a Weldy. We've got a defence that's looking to come together. Young defence. We've got a midfield that's now with Smith Rowe, a young, exciting midfield, and we've got 2 geriatrics up front. It don't fit, people. It don't go. It don't go. Even if you're like a Sunday league player or you're picking a team, on a Sunday, and if you're a manager, you pick your team and you don't stick a pair of 40-year-olds up, 50-year-olds up front. Yeah, well, unless I'm about, then you might. But other than that, you're not doing that. So they just don't fit into Arsenal side. They don't fit. They don't look right.
Yeah, it's not. It's a fresh new young team, and 2 strikers that are starting to lose their mobility. I'm not trying to get on them too much, but for all the great work that Lacazette does, I'm coming back to the same thing I say every single time. I need to see goals, and I'd say the same thing about Aubameyang. We could talk about the midfield not giving them anything. We spoke about that for the last 3 or 4 seasons. The midfield's changed. It was not a good day, and I don't see this as the test. Liverpool being the test. I'm not interested in no tests. The test is like everyone's test, how you get on at the end of the season, where you are in the league table. For me, this is how Arsenal recover from this, how they recover from conceding 4 goals, how Ramsdale recovers from conceding the 4 and the defence do. And that will show how Arsenal have grown and how Arsenal have progressed, because it's these things here that are going to be the making of these players, that are going to, because you've got to have defeats when you're growing as a team, when you're becoming a unit, so you can learn from them. You can pick each other up, encourage each other, and that's how you'll build these great squads. So it'd be interesting to see how they come back from this and how they move forward, and then how they play Liverpool next time. So yeah, it's not one I'm going to read too much into, but yeah, it's very important that they come back from this with confidence. Once our quality improves, we'll be able to compete with top 3 teams. Their quality showed in goals. 100%. It showed when they broke forward. It showed that they were ruthless. And when their front 3 is Mane, Jota, and Salah, it was a constant threat. It was whenever they got the ball, it was like, this could be a goal. This could be a goal. And you just don't think that when you're looking at Saka, Smith Rowe, Aubameyang, or Lacazette, Aubameyang, and Saka. You're not thinking the same. 3 seasons ago, you might have been thinking, Lacazette and Aubameyang, they're like dangerous. But this season, you're not. That's not your fault. And Saka's not a prolific goal scorer. In a few seasons' time, he could be more clinical in front of goal, but he's not there now. So we don't have that same threat. All right. Abba has lost pace, natural instinct inside the box, and sharpness. Yep, Steve, what do you say to that one?
Yeah, he has. He's lost not just a little bit of pace. He's lost a scary amount of pace. And not only because of the loss of his pace, when he used to get the ball inside of the box, Ober's main attribute was he used to be able to turn quick, twist, use that extra little bit of pace that he had then over like literally a yard or even a few feet, where he used to make that little bit of space so he could turn and shoot for the goal. Mm-hmm. He's lost that. You're exactly right what you said there. Because, the 2 go in 1, if you like. He's lost pace when the ball's going through the channels and running on it, like we just said just earlier. He's lost the pace when it goes out to the wing and we're asking him to run at people and beat people. He's not doing that no more. And like you've already just said, the guy in the comments, when he's in the box, he's lost his ability to score goals in the box. But it all goes back to that pace, that little bit of quick turning.
Yeah, and the sharpness, and look at Jota, look at Salah. They both have that little jig, the drop of the shoulder. Where's Aubameyang's? He has that instinct in him, but where is that? Where is that?
Yeah, that little boom, boom, he's gone.
Yeah.
What happened there? It's not there anymore.
It's not there. It's not there, and it's not. This isn't a knee-jerk reaction. We saw it last season. We're seeing the same patterns again this season. You can talk about not getting chances, but Aubameyang's been getting chances in recent games. Okay, maybe not today, but he has been getting chances in recent games. He's not putting them in the back of the net.
You look at Mo Salah when he gets that ball. He's like, sometimes he's in that box and he's like, flick of a switch. The defender just don't know what's happened, but it's that quick bit of sharpness of mind and that quickness of feet and that little bit of pace in the box. He all of a sudden the ball's in the back of the net.
Yeah, and another thing, Mo Salah isn't getting everything on the plate to him. Like, Mo Salah's running at players. Mo Salah's trying to take players on, taking on 2 players, drawing fouls and stuff like that. These are the things that our players were doing previously. They're not doing them at the moment.
Yeah.
This is like I said, this is not just a case of a knee-jerk reaction. It's something we've seen over the last season and a half, and the pattern seems to be happening again. It's just Aubameyang starting to come to the end of his time to be playing in a top club. Exactly, it happens.
But the thing is, he hasn't got the attributes of a Ronaldo or of a Ibrahimovic or others who can go on till 35, 36, 37. His game was all about pace, and Ronaldo's, the Ibrahimovic's, their game was never about pace. It was all about, quickness of mind and just, things like that. When people rely on pace and they lose that, then
they've got to change their game.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to do when you're 32. Exactly. We're going to do 2 more. Glenn 10 says, Arteta wasn't the problem. It was our strongest lineup and the reason we went in on this 10-game run. The quality of Liverpool showed, and that's it. No, it was. It was 100%.
Yeah, spot on.
Glenn 10's absolutely cracking up your geriatrics line. I was trying to keep it professional and hide my laughter behind the microphone. Yeah, that kicked me as well. The Athletic. This one is for you, Stephen, and it's definitely true. The Athletic reported that Arsenal, moving forward in future windows, are looking to bring in 1 or 2 elite signings per window, and starting in January. I know you said to me that Arsenal were looking to bring in 2 strikers, and they're going to be bringing in 1 in January as well, didn't you?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I mean, at first they was possibly they was going to be bringing in a midfield player, but they're quite satisfied after seeing Lokonga now and with Granit Xhaka and Partey, and the possibility of even playing Odegaard in there. They've decided that they don't need a midfield player. It's no secret that we need forwards, and they definitely want to bring in a forward in January. There's not a lot, out there at the moment, but you'll be first to know as soon as there is. But I can guarantee you, Glenn, that 100% there will be a new forward at Arsenal in January. I know that much.
All right. So yeah, Steve's going to be having a look at Victor Osimhen, letting him know what he thinks of the Napoli forward. He'll have a few words to say about him on Tuesday. Yeah, and that's all we have time for. Thank you very much for joining us today. You're not Glenn 10, Ashamore, Ashmaron. Thank you. Apologies. Nathan was in there. Oh, there he is. Glenn 10, as always. Thank you very much for the support. Really appreciate it. Thank you for joining us today, Steve.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks a lot.
And thank you for joining us, everyone else. I will let you into a little secret. Coming up for the Man United game, we are going to be having former Arsenal forward legend himself, Nwankwo Kanu, on the show. It has been confirmed. So everyone who is watching right now, yeah, we're going to get Kanu on the show. So make sure you get your questions in. Make sure you're there for that one. We're going to be doing plenty of advertising for that, so you will know when it is. If you are watching on Twitter, come over to KS1 TV. You ain't going to be able to watch this one on Twitter live. It's only going to be going out on YouTube. So if you want to be watching, you want to speak to Kanu, if you want to get your questions into Kanu, make sure you come and follow us on the KS1 TV. Smash that subscribe button and the notification button, so you
I know. I can see there's thousands of you at the moment on Twitter who are watching all through the week. So look, come over now. Just move over. It takes a minute. Just come over, click on that button. You'll get all the notifications as soon as we get it, and then you won't miss Arsenal legend Nwankwo Kanu. So come over now.
All right. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Peace out. Stay safe and wash your hands.